Masera.
Well, the moon and star come to me through fire and war. Oh, oh, come Nerevarine, come and look upon the heart, upon the heart. Oh, lay down your weapons, it is not too late for my mercy. Oh, oh, come and look upon the heart, upon the heart. Oh, 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 I'm a god, how can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevarine. I'm a god. I'm a god.
Masera. Masera. My friends, welcome back to the game library where we give a voice to the voiceless games. My name is Martin, and as ever, I would like to start the stream off with a single question. Have you played any good books lately? I know today we're about to. Today we are continuing our playthrough of the Elder Scrolls 3, Morrowind. But first, I would like to address a couple things to the community. First of which is I want to say a hello to all of you. The chat has actually been going off the hook since I started. Dragon, Shortbull, Avalon, welcome in. Cody, welcome in. Tarragon, welcome in, my friend. It is always good to see you. Crows, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Rin, welcome in. And of course, Bueen. Font Crimes, welcome in. 2 days without a book stream, damn, I'm just too addicted. Well, Avalon, I'm glad to hear it. I am glad that you have been enjoying the streams with everybody else. Hopefully everybody's been enjoying the streams. I have admittedly been having a rough couple weeks with work-life balance. The day job, I should say, has been giving me quite a bit of overtime, which is not ideal. Losing my mind, some say I was electrified with joy. Yes, Dragon. I hope that you are feeling much, much better after your, shall we say, brush with electrocution. I do have a couple specific items that I was wanting to bring up. So, as ever, I do have my handy dandy notebook. Okay, so in line with the work-life balance being a little bit, shall we say, yes, Bueen, Dragon brushed up against 240 volts. So he was not feeling very good that day. Here we go with the here we go with the chit-chat. But remember, Avalon, last time you told me to just get on with it, we missed out on a really excellent conversation on stop killing games. So, do with that information what you will. So, the stream schedule has been released as of Monday. However, some changes did occur midday today. So work has given me a night shift. So I'm going to be working nights on I'm going to be working nights on Wednesday as Ali, welcome in. I'm going to be working night shift on Wednesday as well as Thursday. So Wednesday is obviously going to be unaffected. We don't stream that day. What is going to happen though is Thursday is going to be an earlier stream, and Friday is going to also be an earlier stream. The duration of the stream is not going to change, but what we are going to experience is just a slight shift in time. I will be getting a schedule out after this stream. I just simply haven't had time. I literally got home about 30 minutes before going live today, so I really haven't had a lot of time to, shall we say, hash out details. Between my middle and index finger, I'm retiring and making finger... Jealous? Oh, I have no water. That sucks. See? I didn't have time. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I will be right back. It's gonna be like 20 seconds. I just need to grab some water. I am very thirsty after work today. Did you at least eat something before the stream? Yes, I had a sandwich. So, yes, I have eaten something before the stream. I'm just gonna grab some water, guys. I will be right back. Very sorry about that, guys. Thank you for your patience. You're so lucky. I would never try something like that at all. Yeah, that's part of the problem when you're in the trades and you're used to doing stuff. Shall we say that the average person would not even attempt. You just go full send, and you might miss some things, and that's where you get into trouble. You generally should not be working on stuff like electrical by yourself. As a rule, obviously, if you're very, very experienced, you've taken all the safety precautions and everything like that, that's fine. But I've seen a lot of people get hurt. I myself was working as an electrician for quite a few months. I was actually going to become an electrician prior to becoming a plumber. So I've seen people do live panels and all the rest of it. Electricity is not to be trifled with, ladies and gentlemen. Also, I apologize if my voice sounds a little bit strange. I've been coring into concrete a couple times today, just a couple holes, but concrete dust has been affecting me, so if I'm sounding, shall we say, not myself, that might be one of the reasons. Yeah, do not fuck with live power. Crows, you'd have no idea how often your friendly neighborhood Sparky does. They know how, so they think they should. Because it's inconvenient to terminate power. So I see a lot of, especially commercial electricians, because you can't necessarily do a shutdown all the time. It's common practice to do it live. One mistaken bye-bye world, so nah, not me, sorry. It depends on the voltage, but yes, I'm going to say don't do it. Just even though the voltage might be okay, it's still not going to feel good, and it's in general, it's going to be a pretty bad time. But other than Dragon's mishap with 240, how's everyone's day? How is everyone? It's been a couple... Toyo! Welcome in. It's awesome to have you here again. As I was saying, how's everyone's day? How's everyone's week? It's been a couple days since the last stream, and frankly speaking, I don't think I can comfortably do much more than a couple days without streaming. I start to miss you guys. Oh, it was completely my mistake because I wasn't thinking. The outlet to my dryer is in an awkward place to the right of my breaker box. So I have to unplug my dryer to open my breaker box as a breaker tripped. And I went into autopilot and wrapped my hand around the plug and touched the two prongs together. Oh, I know, needed some work on my house and had to turn a couple of guys away because they didn't want to isolate the circuit they were working in. Like the switches right there, not out of the way. Yes, and I myself tomorrow I actually took the day off. So I have my electrical panel actually right beside me in my room here. And I'm having my entire panel swapped. And I made sure that I hired someone who was going to do the work safe, was going to do the work right. And luckily for me, I've done almost a year of electrical work, so I know when someone's trying to pull the wool over my eyes. So I did. I turned down a few people because they just were not going to do the work right. Certainly. But it was definitely buried between getting kicked in the nuts and doing that again. I'd rather take a kick and sit through. Yep. I'm working late, then need to learn a couple songs, so just a bunch of work all day. Tarragon, make sure that you are taking time for yourself. Seriously. I myself suffer from workaholicism. I'm constantly working between my day job and exercise and the stream, and now I'm wedding planning and all the rest of it. You need to make sure that you're taking time for yourself, my friend. It's essential, truly. But also, thank you for giving me my custom filters for my audio here. You look tired, you should rest before streaming. Avalon, I don't know if you were in attendance of the streams prior to joining the community, but I suffer from chronic fatigue. So even on a day where I sleep well and everything else, I'm still tired. That is just in my nature. I had an illness when I was a teenager, and it has left me with chronic fatigue. Basically, no matter what I do, I am tired. It's just varying degrees of intensity, right? The question is basically, is my tiredness a 1 or a 10 today? It's very... I guess my tiredness spectrum is kind of the way you would conceptualize a pain spectrum for someone who has chronic pain. It's very similar in that way. Oh man, sucks. I have a family with that and it's horrible. Yeah, so I guess the way I could describe it for someone who doesn't go through it is every day is kind of spent in at least a little bit of a haze. It's, you know, I lack clarity on the days where it's really, really bad. So then you should reduce the intensity as much as you can. And I do. And frankly speaking, Avalon, I get my 8 hours. I've slept plenty. I just had a hard day at work, and then, you know, I've been doing a lot of overtime lately and everything else, so the stream is kind of a non-negotiable for me. I ascribe a lot of importance in my life to doing this. So unless I am truly in bad shape, and by the way, I do take the day off when I am not feeling well. I've done it just last week on the Thursday stream. I took the time. I just want you to be well. Streaming is not a must. You are completely correct. However, again, I love this community. I love doing this. This is, frankly speaking, what I want to do. This is, in a way, what I feel I was meant to do. So, as much as I can do this, I want to be here, guys. I'm not just pressing play because I set a schedule date and I have to. I love being here. This is a highlight of my day. That's not inflating what, like, it is truly incredible being here with you all and having the privilege of getting to do this with you. When you have a limited emotionally/physical resources, you prioritize the things that matter to you. Precisely, and this matters to me. Work is a necessity. That is why I do that. And this is my passion. This is what I want to do. This is why...
Somebody please get this man a potion.
I had some coffee as well. So we're all good. We are all good. Now, speaking of self-care and... Nothing can stand up to his testicular torsion. Man. So, Eternal from Eternal Arcade, he has been sending me audio clips for books quotes. And that man is an absolute master at just selecting the absolute perfect quotes for me to put in. It's truly incredible. He's a very talented man. So, speaking to self-care though, I wanted to... Okay. So, what I want to bring up is a reminder of the rules. So I'm just going to... We actually have a rules command that I'm going to be using. Dragon, I'm addressing something in that vein. I will say that. We are going to go over the rules again. And then I just have something that I, as the, I guess, pillar of this community, that you have all kind of, you did not miss something. No, Dragon is a moderator, and I speak to the moderators personally quite often. Whenever things come up in the community that we're concerned with, or when rules get broken, when people have to be timed out, that sort of thing, I have direct discussion with the mods. So, but with that said, so I'm just going to pull up the rules here, and I'm just going to read them off for everyone. So, rule number 1 is be kind and be open. This is a place for community and camaraderie. Arguing, verbal abuse, and ill intent will be an immediate ban. That is rule number 1. We are here to be good to each other. We are here to have a good time, enjoy some games, enjoy some introspective and deep conversations, as is my way, and to let go of the day. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2. Bed. No, well, yes and no. So the camera looks better because of lights. So I have one light up here and one light over here. And that is making my cheap, crappy camera look super. What about the argument between...
I'm Boogacrobol. I say you better buy a goddamn book right away, damn it.
Bed, thank you very much for the resub. I appreciate it, my friend. Damn, I'm doomed for having him play.
Is this how you honor the 6th house and the tribe unmourned?
Yes, thank you for the 3-month streak, Bed. It is truly, truly appreciated, my friend. So, Short Bowl, obviously you're being facetious, but the one thing that I want to highlight in rule number 1 is ill intent. You and Cody, while you are poking each other and being facetious and sarcastic and all these other things, is one thing. But if you truly meant emotional, physical, psychological harm to your fellow human, if you were saying something specifically to wound that person, it would be obvious to everyone, and it would be an immediate ban. That is what I mean when I say these things. No, so you, yeah, you... No. You know, taking the piss, as the English would say, is not a bannable offense. Please don't ban GSD if he rolls. I apologize in advance for all future random symbols sent. I promise he doesn't have a single ill-intent bone in his whole 78-pound body. He's a perfect boy, and has an obsession with my keyboard. That is all good, Buin. Thank you for letting us know. Rule number 2. Political subject matter, excessive profanity, and other unsavory things will not be tolerated. And again, I will bring this to intent. Right? If you are being Cartman from South Park just for the hell of it, and you are ruining chat for everyone, we do not want you here. Right? Taking the Mickey, as Crows just said, that is one thing. But if you are deliberately bringing up subjects and going over subject matter that has no place in this community, frankly speaking, like why would we talk about politics? Truly. What other than Stop Killing Games, which we've had a conversation about, what place does who you vote for have in this chat? The answer is none, so don't talk about it. Oh no, I do have to beat someone up for making my... No. No, we're all good. Rule number 3. And this has been happening more and more, specifically in the Discord. We have had random people who do not participate in this community come in and do this. And this rule is no direct solicitations.
I'm Bugak, and I say you better buy a goddamn book right away, damn it.
Ben, welcome in, my friend.
Marvelous.
Thank you for the hype train. We appreciate you. By the way, if nobody is following Shiny Dex and the one Ben Bailey, he is a lovely human being. He is one of the people in the world that tolerates my excessive introspection in conversation. So if you are not following his community and Shiny Dex, if you're a fan of Pokemon, you're missing out, my friends. He is a lovely, lovely human. And my god, Shiny Dex streams, his playlist bops, man.
I have my principles, Lister. You think you can buy me with promises of power and glory?
Forget everything I just said.
Really think, okay, I'll do it.
I'm Bugak, and I say you better buy a goddamn book right away.
Wait, did you get a new camera and mic? Because it seems so. The mic is new, Bed. The camera is not. The camera is simply due to lighting.
Melly, that supports people!
No Melly right now, but thank you so much. Hype train level 3, everyone. Everybody, big hypes in the chat for the one Ben Bailey. And could I get one of the mods to please give him a shout out? Even when Melly doesn't blow money on us, she still gets credit. She's the stream mama. It's the way it works. It's what happens. Yays, welcome in, welcome in. Bed, I hope you like the new look. I hope you like the new microphone and everything else. He is popping off today. Yays, I'm very tired. My chronic fatigue is starting to ramp up again. But I'm here with you, which is my favorite place to be. This is a highlight of my day. So we're just going over the rules for the community. We've had a couple instances where it's become obvious that some people haven't read the rules before they have participated in this community. So I am just going through the rules one by one and making sure that as much as I can be clear, I am being clear. So as I was saying before, Ben decided to be an absolute legendary human being. Rule number 3, no direct solicitations. If you are new to chat and have a business, that is awesome. But this is a community for hanging out and making new friends, not drumming up business for yourself. If you, the business owner, are asked explicitly about your behavior, that is different. Otherwise, please conduct yourself according to this rule. Yays, my friend, thank you so much for the sub. 9 out of 5, guys. Like, we just started streaming. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I want to dive into this one because this one has been happening quite a bit in the community. So, I have received direct solicitations that I have not asked for.
I'm Bugak, and I say you better buy a goddamn book right away.
Ben, you're too good to me, my friend. Thank you. truly,
I have my principles, Lister.
I'm...
You think you can buy me with promises of power and glory? Do you really think
Okay, I'll do
do
it. Oh no, so I can't sell Mr. Skunky Soul to books. So, again, if I ask explicitly about that business...
I have my principles, Lister. You think you can buy me with promises of power and glory? Do you really think... Okay, I'll do it.
Guys, I really appreciate the gifted subs. Thank you. As many of you know,
And I say you
I'm trying to go full-time.
right away.
That is my goal. I've done a lot of introspection and realized that my purpose is to be here with you guys and to be a pillar of community. So we want to hear subs. We don't want to hear the rules. We want to hear sub sound. Bed, it's massively appreciated, my friend. Seriously, the generosity is... I still struggle with accepting that you guys feel a kinship with me in this community so much that you spend your hard-earned money on getting me closer to my goals. So seriously, guys, thank you so much. Rule number 4, I don't necessarily, this one is less serious, but thank you for the hype train level 3, guys. We'll see what emote we got later. So chapter 4, rule number 4 is essentially just about using the proper chat room for the subject you are wanting to discuss. So the reading room is a place of general discussion. So if you don't know where to talk, you can do it there, okay? But by and large, we have chats for pretty much everything you could want to talk about. So please, guys, just to keep things organized and less crazy, please use the proper chat rooms. And again, if you don't know, use the reading room, and me or the mods, we can just reply with hashtag whatever to your post, and then you can be, oh, okay, I'm gonna talk about this kind of stuff here from now on. Rule number 5. This one is tonally a little bit more serious, and this rule specifically is one that I am wanting to address today, because I had a moment in the Discord and several moments in chat where I have been personally, my emotions have been touched, and not in a positive way. I become, well, I'll read the rule and then I'll get to it. Chat is an open and safe forum. Sharing about your life is okay. That said, please do not dox yourself. And if you are in crisis, be that mental or physical, health-wise, please seek the proper help that you need. Okay, so I'm going to precurse this with the fact that I am... Wait, you said no docs. Ben, you break rules. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. So, I am a very empathetic person. When people are unkind to themselves, short bull. No. I can change the rule live. I will do it. The rules exist because of you. I'm a very empathetic person. When people are unkind to themselves, I feel it. And that is something that has happened a couple times within our community. And this is a rule that bothers me because I like to help people. It is my North Star, actually. When I did many, many years of post-secondary education, it was to become a teacher. Because one of the ways that I grew into the man I am today is because of a teacher who gave me a safe space to isolate myself when I needed and to branch out when I needed. He facilitated so much positivity in my life. So helping people has always been... I always wanted to provide that space for others. That's one of the reasons that the stream and this community is something that is so important to me personally. So, when you are in a mental health crisis, when you are in a physical health crisis, I need to reiterate the fact that we in this community are not equipped to help you. We are able to provide camaraderie. We are able to provide laughs and a place to be. Let's put it this way to help Martin as a mod. If you are in crisis, we will send you the appropriate help, but please do not sign us up for trauma support. We don't sign up to, as we didn't ask to sign up for it. We want to help you, but don't drag us down because we aren't therapists. Yes. That is the blunt version of that. And frankly speaking, I think a baseline setting for a lot of people is to help, to provide a solution. But frankly speaking, a lot of the time, we're simply not equipped. So, if you are in a crisis, you can say that. You can say, I'm having a really bad day, and I'm having a moment. And then we do have some links that we can share that will provide some support, but frankly speaking, guys, that is not what chat's for. It's really not. We would struggle to assist you in a situation like that. We would try, but also if we failed, guys, I would wear that on my conscience. Okay? So this rule exists so that doesn't happen in this community, that doesn't happen to us. Okay? Again, this rule is tough for me because I want to be a help. But there's an old saying that you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't help someone without support for yourself. Yes, and this community is a place where we can provide each other with joy and we can have a laugh. That is what this community is for. It's to escape it's to escape melancholy. Right? Work sucks, guys. Like, for a lot of people, work is really, really tough. But we have this. This is our little corner of the world where we can be together and we can enjoy a community and we can enjoy something that we built, guys. I'm the pillar of this community only because I'm the one with the channel. You guys are the foundation on which everything I do is built. Without this community, I'm a guy in front of a camera playing a video game. Friends, not mental health. Yeah, exactly. So, and then of course, the last rule, and the best rule, I would say, is rule number 6. Enjoy the chat. That is an order. But you are a cool guy in front of a camera playing a video game. If you say so. I'm glad that this community has developed around me. I really love it. Truly, guys. Okay, so with that, all that said, and all my talking, I've been jibber jabbering for a very, very long time now. Let's get gaming. I'm addicted to your stream. Do I need a therapist now? I don't know. I'm not sure they sell a patch for that, Avalon. I don't know. Do you feel like you need therapy for that? Okay, so on a, oh my god. Right when I start my game, I probably shouldn't do that. There were people right in the way. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Get them off me. God, I think there's every kind of animal except a guar. You need SAA, Stream Addicts Anonymous. Yeah, but then you quit the stream and that's a problem. Oh no. I thought he was dead. I need your views, everyone. I need validation. Without you, I am nothing. Don't leave me. Mr. Skunky basically started therapy today, training to get his prey drive down and impulse control better. So, how's that been going? I don't know what breed Mr. Skunky is. I am also, so one of my many, how to put this? One of my many joys in life is dog training. I love my dogs. I love other people's dogs. I love dogs. And training them is something that I have a lot of fun with. Freaking Nick sounds.
Well, the moon and star come to me through fire and war.
Hey guys, we finally started playing the game after 45 minutes.
Nerevar, come and look upon
That's a stream record.
upon the heart. Oh, lay down your weapon.
I have no idea. He's probably like a yellow. Oh, I see.
Oh, oh, come and look upon the heart. Upon the heart. Oh,
I very much so would enjoy a Fallout 2 stream. I've been playing a lot lately.
how can you kill a
I'm in
god?
my Fallout zone again. I'm not even aiming. I'm looking at chat right now.
I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevar.
Not as bad as a 2-hour set. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Ben. Am I going to die? Ah! Ooh. Keep the circle strafe. Oh no, I'm out of arrows. Glass arrow, yes. Yes. Oh god. Oh, my stamina's become a problem again. There we go. Oh, it's a golden saint. Oh, come on. Slight distance. Just enough. Okay. Just shields. It's fine. You're making me miss chat. I'm upset. Prepare to die. No! Is he down? Oh my god, there's more! No! Go away. I'm out of arrows again. Alright. There we go. Why this Golden State Invincibility Simulator? They are the toughest Daedra that can be summoned. Ebony Spear, that's actually... Yeah, I need to grab that. I do. I need to grab that. And I need more arrows already. Sorry, let me just catch up with chat here. My absolute menace of a dog who got sprayed by a skunk 8 times in 1.5 years. He won't stop trying to bite them in the butt. You can guess where he gets sprayed. Aimless headshots? Wow, imagine playing the game while talking. OMG, how automod. It's probably because you said menace. Or butt. I'm assuming butt. Twitch is weird. Sorry for offending you, Automod. I'm also offended by the scent of my own dog. The Bween won't be talking about biting people in the butt anymore. Or you land yourself in 70 years of timeout. I know there's a mouse somewhere in my house because Kitty brought me one and let it go somewhere before I caught it. Him/it. Yes, so... Oh my god. Ah! Why is the Resident Evil zombie after me? I'm trying to enjoy the moment. This is why we wear SPF, everybody. This is a lesson for you all. SPF 60 every day, no matter what, even when it's overcast. Or you too could look like Corpus Zombie. Look at this. Look at this poor bastard. Look at him. Sorry, creature. Everything is taking more damage and I hate it. Why can't I run? Oh, that's why. That's why. I was in sneaky mode. OMG, I can only burn in sunlight. I'm a vampire. Okay, Martin, I'm gonna lurk while I fall asleep to your voice. Ben, thank you very much. I will have fun with the stream. Thank you for dropping in, by the way. It does mean the world knowing that you are active in the community and hanging out with us all. Why is Morrowind so dark? Let me try and up the gamma a little bit for you guys. We got video, gamma correction. We'll try this. That doesn't appear to have actually fixed anything in the game. I'm looking at OBS right now. That looks like trash still. Yeah, yeah, nothing changed. So gamma's for me, it changes it for me. VSync, windowed border. So I keep it windowed, by the way, just so that I can actually interact. Is it Windows HDR again? No, I don't believe it is. But let me look. I can look. We're gonna go to display settings. You could always pop an OBS filter. Yep, that is true. I could always try that. HDR is off. F3 to show the current frame rates. Lights. Shaders compatibility. Detail level. It looks just fine for Morrowind at night. Yeah, so Morrowind is actually remarkably dark, and for the record, it does look like I can see just fine. Even your dark room is better lit. So Morrowind is known for not being a particularly bright game during the night. However, I will say that I can see fine. I don't appear to have a brightness setting to help with you guys, though. I could always... Are you gonna rest and heal? Yes, I'm trying to find a place to do so. I think I do have a...
Somebody please get this man a potion.
One moment. I do believe I have one. Do I not have any more healing potions? Holy crap, I don't think I do. I don't have any more healing potions. Uh-oh. That's not good. Good Sir Books, I must say good night, and good night,
Hey, Pookie,
friends.
Dagoth Ur here. I'm sitting on my bed down in Red Mountain with my legs waggling in the air thinking about you. Come down here to Aquila Khan so we may meet Nerevar Pookie.
Nerevar Pookie. Good night, Shortbull. It was excellent having you, as ever. I'm running for my life. Actually, I don't necessarily have to, I believe. There we go. And that barely did anything. Do I have too much health now? I gotta run this way. Ew, Dagoth saying Pookie is so wrong. Bed, you clearly haven't watched the Skyrim Dagoth Ur follower mod. He says a lot more than Pookie. And it is wrong. And yet so right. I wanted him to sound as gross as possible. That sounds about right, Dragon. That sounds like something you would do. Oh, that mod is so fun. It almost makes me regret the niche of my channel, which is to give a voice to the voiceless games. Because I want to do nothing but play that. And actually, the internet loves it.
Of this bitch.
That's me. This bitch. Oh god. Oh god! Okay, we'll head down this way. Let's see here. Finished your exam, Buin. Did it feel good? Also, what is the exam for? Yay! Attack. Do my bidding. We never did, no. The giants objected to us trying to take their foreskin. Okay, oh my... Guys, what the shit is happening? I want everybody to look at this. Look at this for a sec. Now let's get out of here.
It's time to
There's not enough arrows in the world. Jib, where are you? Aldrun, please. This is from being around Red Mountain, yes. Wow, that's actually the worst thing I've ever seen. Sydney, welcome in. How are you? How's John? How's life? Life has been tough. I'm not gonna... Honesty is something I value in this community. I will not BS. My chronic fatigue is ramping up again. Work has been giving me a lot of overtime. And... frankly speaking, the stream is... my solace. So, I don't want anyone feeling bad that I'm streaming right now. I want to be here, but the The work side of the equation has been tough, simply because I have to wake up at 5 in the morning, and the Cliff Racers conga, exactly. Yeah, so I'm struggling with balance right now. I'll put it that way. Because no matter what I do, no matter how much sleep I get, I'm just tired. And that's kind of the way I've always been. That's not new in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, if you are not subscribed to the channel, ads in T-minus 5 minutes. We run 3 minutes of ads every hour on the hour to avoid pre-rolls. The kind of tired that sleep don't fix. Baron, that is precisely right, and that is the kind of tired... Hey man, you look good being so tired and all. I try, but as you can see, I'm getting some more of this. A little bit more of this. But also, you can be exhausted and still enjoy it. Yeah, exactly, right? And that's kind of... I've struggled with exhaustion for so long that, frankly speaking, guys, I need to just do the thing anyways. I'm taking care of myself, I exercise, I'm eating right, I'm sleeping plenty. I just feel really, really tired. That's all it is. But I also do appreciate everybody's concern and you guys being here and hanging out with me and making the stream an awesome thing. Yeah, the meals that you show in the Discord look banging. So, this is something that when I first started my physical fitness journey, I was one of those guys that was convinced that, you know, bodybuilders had it right, and that chicken broccoli and plain rice was the way you got ripped. That's all we can ask for you as your friend, so long as you're healthy as we can be, and generally happy. Will support. So, don't look at my skooma pipe. I quickly found out that you can enjoy food and still be in really, really good shape. So, as long as you're hitting your macros, so your protein, your fiber, your carbohydrates, your fats, all that good stuff, as long as you're hitting a healthy macro of each of those and you're not oversaturating with calories, a happy book is a good book. Honestly, I just slam eggs in the morning. Yes, but one thing that I would always recommend people... I had a lot of issues. I don't want to be TMI, but I had a lot of stomach issues when I was in that job that destroyed my health. And one thing that I learned that everybody should implement in their life is fiber. Eat enough fiber. The average person is supposed to... I think the average man is supposed to have about 30 grams of fiber a day. The average woman is supposed to have about 25 grams. And we hit probably... The average North American is hitting probably about 15 grams. Like, you're not eating enough fiber. And it's important. I hate to be the stream dad, but it is incredibly important. Golden kiwi has been my fiber secret weapon. We can't all... I just eat my bowl of nail.
How tough am I? You got a bowl of ketchup?
I eat nails for breakfast. Without any milk. Resting until healed. You wake and hear something, and sense a presence of another nearby. Ah! Out of my house, you brainless booby! I'm offended. Okay, he didn't fall on my bed. He did not fall on my bed. Anyway, sorry to interrupt, sending lots of friendly... Sydney, you're never interrupting. The chat never interrupts. I get all my fiber from asparagus. Boy, do I love it. Asparagus is really good. Especially if you... Oh, God. Just asparagus on a cast iron skillet, bunch of olive oil, throw some minced garlic on there. Oh. So bloody good. So good. He fell near it. Yes, but he didn't bleed on it either, which is also good. That's pretty shitty level up. Alright, we'll take it. Whatever. The dogs are popping off. I certainly don't need enough fiber, and that is why I said what I just said, Bed. Because most people don't. I hate to be the stream dad, but eat your fiber, kids. He doesn't have any blood left, but maybe he has some thought juice. Eat your fiber, kids. Okay. So, let's make our way to Ebenhar. Because I need more arrows. A lot more arrows. We are going to travel to... Vivek.
Why walk when you can run?
Ebenhar, please. Okay, so once we grab some arrows, we're gonna open up our journal and we're gonna see what we can do, where we can go. Oh, I should have done that while I was in Balmora. You know what? Good enough. And then we do need to go to the mud crab merchant. Yeah, we'll stock up on all this.
Yes.
We'll head over to the mud crab. Oh, I'm over encumbered. No! Can I sell you? Ooh, I'll sell you a couple of these. You replenish that really quickly, good lord. Is there anything else I even want to buy from you? It is so hot in my home. Too hot. I eat cigarette filters and fiberglass for fiber. Wash that shit down with some shujama. You're tougher than me, Toyo. I have not smoked in many moons. Since I was, since I was 19. I'm 29 now, so 10 years. What do I do here? You know what? Nah. Yeah, we'll just do that. I'm still over in combat. Yeah. Okay, what do I want to do here? Let's pop recall. Go visit our friend the mud crab merchant. There we go. And now I can drop this, which should... Yes, okay. My weight is now low enough. You have any strength potions or alcohol on you? Not right now. Page the Bubbly Bosma is purely straight edge. No Sujamma for me. Okay, so each of these is 10,000 gold. Let's think about this for a sec. The Shadow Shield. So that's similar to the Bow of Shadows by the looks of it. Invisibility for 20 seconds on self. So we'll sell one Ebony Spear. That's all of his gold. And then let's rest 24 hours. Ah! Damn it. I did the wrong thing. Okay, we'll do this. Okay, now we have one Ebony Shield case, so it auto-saved right after that. I can't just wait. That's unfortunate. Because I wanted to do some Merchant Shuffle. Barter. Actually, we gotta drop this. We'll buy another 2,000 Shujama off of him. Can't afford that yet. Let's see how much 1,000. It's still too much. Yeah, we'll do that. And we'll sell that off. Sell that. Can't sell that. Travel Stained Pants. Have you checked out Skywind? I need this game to get a... Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, Skywind is looking really, really good. My one concern with Skywind is that it's not mechanically Morrowind. That's really my only issue. It's really cool that they're giving the narrative of Morrowind a refresh using the Skyrim engine. I think that's really, really cool. Okay, I'll offer that. And then I need to take all my Sujama. We're gonna drop it. Oh, what am I doing? I need to barter. So that was 16,000 gold. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and then I'll use Sujama to make up the difference. But I still need to profit. A little too much. Okay, that we can do. I've tried to get into vanilla Morrowind, but never ever clicked with it, probably because I came to it so late. So Skywind is the best chance I have to experience the story in a playable, for me, state. So what didn't click? I'm always curious when people say that Morrowind didn't click with them as to what they mean. even though I know they won't, I would be over the moon for a legitimate remake. I'd probably buy it 3 times. For me, it really depends on the form of the remake. If they did something similar to what they did with Oblivion, 100%. Take my money. Alright, now... that goes on the ground. How much gold do we have? We are back up to 36k, so we did actually end up profiting off of that. So now, let's barter with our boy here. Actually, no. No. We will do... let's take a look at our level here. So, Master... I think it is about time that we got... I believe in a perfect world where they keep the dice roll combat because personally I like it. Even though my first Elder Scrolls was Oblivion in about 2009, when Oblivion was reaching its end cycle. The gameplay for Morrowind just felt so dated, just, I don't know, dense? I've recommended this game to friends who haven't played it, and if they weren't into it, it was usually the lack of things like quest markers and voice acting. So, okay. The subject has come up, so I'm definitely... Morrowind is easy as piss, they just have to learn how to play. So, this is something that I thought about the other day. So, we raided another streamer a while ago, and essentially, oh, sorry. Let me catch up on chat. Let's see. Stop talking so fast, guys. Like an actual remake would have them swimming in money, agree. I think a legit remake of Morrowind, because it's so inaccessible in modern day, I think it would... well, actually, I think I agree with both of you. It depends. If the Elder Scrolls fanbase is as devoted still as it was when, say, Skyrim came out, then I would agree, but due to the Elder Scrolls 6 taking so bloody long to come out, I think that there's a lot of ill will developing for the Elder Scrolls right now, so it's hit or miss right now. Either give us Morrowind as Morrowind or don't do it at all, which Bethesda ain't giving us OG Morrowind mechanically, definitely. I'd buy the Ultimate Super Gold Pro Edition, not to mention they aren't going to do the VA stuff for dialogue. Okay, I think that got me caught up. Honestly, I don't care about Elder Scrolls 6 anymore until they say something else about it. True. So, as I was saying, we raided another streamer, and I explained we raided after a Morrowind stream, and I explained the premise of my channel, which is to give a voice to the voiceless games. It is to focus on story-driven games that are obscured from the mainstream conversation around gaming, right? That's why I'm here. That might not be why you're here, but that is why I am here. And he basically scoffed, and he said, Morrowind's not obscure. And I kind of took a moment. Because I always say to myself, is Morrowind obscure? In name? No. People know about Morrowind. Especially if you're into the Elder Scrolls, you know about Morrowind. But, with that said, You are... You are not easily going to run into people who enjoy the experience of playing Morrowind. You are not easily going to encounter people who have enjoyed Morrowind for everything that it is, that have fundamentally entrenched themselves in the mechanics of the game and adore it that way. You will easily meet people who said, I gave Morrowind a shot, it wasn't for me, I couldn't get into it. Encounter people like me or Jetford, yeah, 100%. And this conversation, a lot of the community just raided and ran, and I stayed in the chat for a while, and I tried to make my case to this individual that it was all in good temper, by the way. We were not having a ill-humored conversation. We were having an honest debate about for my part, it was about what my channel meant to me. And for this other streamer's part, it was simply that he did not acknowledge the need for my channel. He basically said that, you know, your kind of content doesn't actually help. You know, the people who play Morrowind are the people who want to play Morrowind. Nobody's coming into your Morrowind stream as a complete stranger to the game. And my experience, of course, has been different from that. I have had plenty of people come in, and Ali, for example, came in and said, is Morrowind still worth playing? Ali has not played Morrowind. What a shallow way to think about it. So, this individual's argument was essentially that Morrowind is alive and well, and it is not obscure because of mods. Nexus mods, ModDB, modding is keeping Morrowind alive. Was essentially this person's, you don't need content for Morrowind, especially vanilla Morrowind, because you have... I agree, but in my case, I did search Morrowind in a Twitch bar, and I found you. I'm a stranger to the game, but not to the Elder Scrolls. And there are so many... So, this was one of the points I was making. There are so many different ways that... Lish, my friend. Raiders, welcome in. Could I please get a shout out for Lith Lish? And could I get some hype emotes? In the chat, Dagoth Wave is playing, which means we are dancing. Lish, what have you been playing, my friend?
I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevarine. I'm a god.
Just gotta wait for the Dagoth Wave to end, I'm sorry. Otherwise, I cannot have a coherent conversation with you.
Dish pshaw nonsense. Any old twit can hug the event horizon of a black hole, then loop-de-loop round a spinning singularity at twice the speed of light, then slam the engines into reverse and blast out of an imploding nebula?
So, for those of you who don't know, Lish is an awesome member of both this community and Eternal Arcades. He is a streamer, obviously, and he's been streaming a lot of the RPGs that I know and love. He's been given a lot of love to Oblivion, Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon, but my friend, today, what are you playing? Twitch has not told me, so I need to know. Raiders, obviously, if you have to raid and run, do what you gotta do. Hydrate or you'll dehydrate, get some food in you, all that good stuff. Been playing Tainted Grail heavy, almost at the end of Act 3. So I played Tainted Grail during early access. I played it before the actual full release happened. And I have fallen in love with that game in a way that I cannot even express. Tainted Grail is absolute chef's kiss of a game. Really, really good. And I think the start of a new genre that I and other creators call the Scrolls-like. We obviously have not received some Elder Scrolls in quite some time, so it's nice to get that kind of itch scratched, right? Like the best Elder Scrolls and Elden Ring mashed. Exactly, yes. Very, very, very good game. Yeah, if you're not playing Tainted Grail, rectify that. It is an excellent game. I'm doing my first run of Morrowind, and my first few hours were hell. But after I learned the clunky mechanics, the game became a lot easier. I think the difficulty of Morrowind is very exaggerated, and the game is more accessible than I expected. Correct. So, one of the reasons that Morrowind is such a... And sorry, Lish, you came in during kind of one of my profound moments. Of course, you are no stranger to this. One of the worst things about Morrowind is the people who have reviewed Morrowind. And that is really weird to say, because Morrowind's reputation, for positive, is also attributed to content creators. But there's a rite of passage that a lot of the... There's a rite of passage that a lot of content creators, especially ones that focus on story-driven games and RPGs, ultimately go through within their content creation career. And that is to review the Elder Scrolls III Morrowind, for better or worse. And invariably, what almost always happens is that they start by talking about how difficult Morrowind is. They say that the dice roll mechanics are clunky and really crappy. They say that the leveling system is not intuitive and it really sucks to work with. They say all this, they front load their video with this information. And by the way, everything said has a kernel of truth. But I would posit that they do blow it out of proportion. And because they front load their video with it, a lot of people just watch the first, I don't know, say 15 minutes of the video. They hear that it's incredibly clunky and old and dated and really tough to get around, and they just stop watching. They say, okay, I don't even care about the rest of the game now because you have told me that it's too much. It's too much. But then in the second part of that review, always, is, but once you get through these really crappy mechanics, the best story in the entirety of the Elder Scrolls is buried. A diamond in the rough. If you don't play Morrowind, you're not an actual fan of the Elder Scrolls. So why did you front load your video with all that other stuff? Why not lead with how amazing the story is? Why not lead your video with things that are going to actually keep people... You must admit with heavy... So, Lish, the conversation you walked in on is about how I was having a well-mannered debate with a content creator that I rated after playing some Morrowind, and he essentially... He was skeptical of the utility of my channel for giving a voice to the voiceless games. So for you and the raiders and anyone else in this community who has dropped in, is lurking, whatever, the purpose of my channel, the purpose of the community, the game library, is to give a voice to the voiceless games. The voiceless games are the obscure, story-driven games of today and yesteryear that do not get enough attention, but they deserve it. And the voice is me, because I do a little bit of voice acting. Nothing of it. But this content creator essentially said, well, the people who are going to be tuning into you are already fans of Morrowind. You're not actually exposing anyone to this game. Nobody new is going to be seeing Morrowind because everybody coming in is going to be from the Morrowind category. Which I think we have evidenced within our own chat right now is not, that's not true. It's factually false. There is a majority, I would say, of my community that has not touched this game. I have nearly 200 followers at this point. I would say at least 50% of you have never touched Morrowind. Or if you have, you touched it for about 5 minutes, got pissed off that you got beaten to death by a worm, and then quit the game forever. So, I had a well-mannered conversation with him about how I disagree, that is not my experience. I feel very strongly about the mission of my channel and the mission of my content. I think you're wrong. And we ultimately came to a point where he was like, you know, I can respect you as a content creator, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. And it was all good, it was all well-mannered, it was all happy. But we didn't really come to consensus. We didn't really come to agreement. We just decided that it was okay to disagree, more or less. So, I think difficult games like that tread a fine line. The difficulty adds depth, challenge, substance for the diehard fans, but it easily turns away newcomers. So the devs are tasked with striking a balance between challenge, depth, and accessibility. I'm back from making my hot dog, and we are still here. Yes, we are still here. We are still having a discussion. Bed, you missed the raid. Lish, our good friend Lish, has decided to honor us with his presence today with a raid. And we are just continuing our conversation about Morrowind and about this content. And yeah, I think the area where Morrowind, I see in the chat right now that a lot of people are comparing Morrowind to Dark Souls in terms of the barrier to entry. And I think that is astute only to a point. Dark Souls does not suffer from what Morrowind suffers from because there's a really healthy multiplayer, and there is a very stalwart community that loves the challenge of Dark Souls. And there is a community that loves the challenge of Morrowind, but Morrowind's old, guys. Morrowind comes from a time before we had the internet. And while this goes back to the fundamentals of why I do what I do, right? I don't want to just do another review of Morrowind that speaks to this game posthumously. I want to do a live stream of Morrowind that shows the world this is what this game's actually like to play. Yes, sometimes it's frustrating. So's every other game. Yes, it is tough to get through the early game. So are games like Dark Souls and other games that are very popular. What it really comes down to... Okay, fine. You can say hello to chat.
Hey, you say hello to chat? Hey, hi chat. Hi chat.
She just really wanted to be on my lap. So, can you not sniff the microphone? That is offensive. So, Dark Souls 1 is hard in a skill aspect. Morrowind is difficult to understand. Very, very nice nicely put, Tarragon. Especially if you don't have the manual. Yes. And I think you put it better than I ever could. Hi. Hey, hi. How's it going? How's it going? You're awfully lovey today. Oh, big scratches. She's just here for the back scratches. That's all you're here for. You're here to use me. You're here to use me. Hey? Well, joke's on you. I'm using you too. Corgis get clicks. Yeah, on your own, I think it's super hard to understand, but I believe it's super easy to understand if you have outside sources like Google or the manual, like you said. And Dragon, very early... Okay, this is random as fuck, but it made me laugh, so I had to bring it here from Squish. Okay. Shoot, Sydney. Hey, how's it going? What are you doing? Yes, we gotta have the dog break sometimes. If toenails looked and smelled and tasted like cinnamon rolls, would you eat someone's toenails? I wish you left that with Squish. That question makes me uncomfy. I would argue that it's still someone's toenails. And I'm not into that life. This is the same energy of would you rather shit your mouth or eat your own ass? Never ask questions again. Hi. What? What is it? What is it? Straight to jail. Oh my god, she's shedding so much right now, guys. Like, I'm petting her, and I'm just like... That's all from just me petting her right now. This is absolutely hilarious. She's literally just, like, trying to sleep on the table right now. Can you not? Hey, can you not? Hey? City lives to watch the fear in our eyes. Oh, hi. Oh, can you not? Oh. No, there's nothing on the table for you. There's nothing, no, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. Okay, off you go. What? I'm sorry you didn't like your ribs grabbed. But you jumped off and I couldn't let you just face plant in your bed. I am not apologizing. And she wants right back up. Alright, anyways, I think that would close that conversation, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. And I guess I would put the question to you guys, because I'm genuinely curious about this, by the way. Do you guys consider the purpose of my channel necessary? And by the way, it's okay if you don't. Like, it's okay if you don't think that I'm shooting for something useful. I'm totally cool with that idea. But I'm curious, do you believe that the goal of giving a voice to the voiceless games, and in particular Morrowind, is a sensible thing to do? Do you think that it is useful? And all the rest of it? I leave the question with you guys. Let's get back to the game. Guess we're leaving our friend the Mudcrab Merchant. I think you're successful doing what you're trying to do. So, Bed, what I am doing is staying honest about my passion. And my passion is these older games. I am not interested in Marvel Rivals or Call of Duty or any of these other things. I think as a non-player, as long as you are enjoying it, I am enjoying it. Yes, and frankly speaking, there's a lot of people in this community that are here because I am the streamer. They are not here for the game. And that's fine. But my goal as the streamer is still to give a voice to the voiceless games. I want to get more people watching this as opposed to Call of Duty Warzone or Marvel Rivals or League of Legends or insert other competitive, massively multiplayer shmamalugadoo shamalama ding dong game. Yes, resounding yes. Digital preservation is incredibly important. I'd argue now more than ever. So, Lish, you missed, especially in an era where corporate interests are trying to argue that these games don't need to exist past their lifespan, killing games and making them unplayable once support ends. Also, a lot of these super hype games aren't enjoyable to watch. It's loud and crazy. I love an RPG because the vibe is so chill. I love an RPG because I can, whenever I want, just do this. You can't do that on a massively multiplayer game. You are locked in for a round. And that's okay. It's necessary for what that game is. But I love me an RPG. You have to jump early. Martin, you'll be left without a mod in chat amongst... That is all good. By the way, I would like to thank each and every one of you guys for helping to grow this channel and share this purpose with me. It's awesome. And to see the channel grow as much as it has in as short a time as it has been the pleasure of my lifetime, guys. I love being here. Dragon, be well. We'll talk with you later. Thank you for letting me know I don't have a mod hanging out. I will make sure that I am prepared if I get a raid or anything. Mods are asleep, go crazy. Can you not blast everyone's ears off? That was incredibly rude. Why are you being rude? Okay, I will let you outdoors when ads run. You're being a shite. I will not reward it. The dogs are popping off, chat. Let's head to the talkback bark. Corgis, for those of you who don't have one, are one of the sassiest breeds of dogs ever. They are such pleasures to own. However, they are stubborn and they are sassy. Quinn is one of the most difficult dogs I've ever had. I'll stay long enough to make sure you're timed out for 100 years. And he means it, chat. Behave, or else. Okay, so these are the gates of Vivek. Okay, so let's hop over, and we should read our journal at this point. Sulmatul has named me the Nerevarine, war leader of the Ursulaku and protector of the people. He has given me to the teeth, an enchanted heirloom of the tribe, which shall be a sign to all Dunmer that the Ursulaku have named me the Nerevarine. Now let's look at our quests here. Labs, on the other hand, easiest dog I've ever had. Australian Shepherds as well, actually. Toby's upstairs right now. He is curled up on his bed, possibly with a toy, being a super, super well-behaved dog. Quinn, prior to her being a little bit older, she's 8 years old now. When she was, say, 4, If I did not occupy her attention somehow, some way, somewhere, she would destroy the house. But now she is well trained, and she is at my feet, hanging out. And yes, she will bark sassily, but our mini Aussie is the calmest out of the three, but she needs lots of attention. Aussies are still herding dogs. They are still herding dogs. And herding dogs are the most intelligent in my experience, but they are also the, shall we say, the most vivacious and personality-filled dogs that I have ever had. And Quinn is being full of personality right now, and she's trying to occupy my attention so that I can't stream. The only thing she's hurting is a potato, because she is one. Alright, so... Do you want up again? What's the deal? Hey? Ads aren't running for like another 10 minutes. You gotta wait. Are you gonna try not? Are you gonna sleep on my desk? Is that something you're gonna try and do? But for real, I saw games T.E.S. floating in the web, and they said if you're banned for any reason, not only will you lose access to the digital version entirely, but you are contractually obligated to destroy any physical copies of the game in your possession. Like, what? Okay, so... I've talked about this a lot. And on the Saturday stream, I actually got very, very specific with my thoughts on stop killing games. And seeing as how we have a large audience, again, the Saturday audience tends not... Sorry, I think I said Sunday. The Saturday audience is not normally the same as the weekday audience, right? We play a different game. We play Siege of Avalon on Saturday. Okay, I got a lurk. If I don't finish these brownies, I won't remember to bring them in tomorrow. Sydney, enjoy your lurk. Thank you so much for tuning in and being here. It means the world, truly. So, okay. My thoughts on things like stop killing games and the current culture around gaming can be put thusly.
What was that?
We preserve art. We preserve movies. We preserve music. We preserve literature. Why not preserve video games? They are just as culturally relevant. They are just as creative in their generation. And frankly speaking, they're a sign of the times, guys. The video games that we got as millennials, or possibly if some of you are Gen Z, my video games as a child are different from a member of Gen Z's, different from a member of Gen X, different from a member of Gen Alpha. We are growing up with very, very different games, and they speak to the times and the culture that we live in. And unfortunately, right now, the culture that is being shown by the gaming industry is a culture of disposability. It is a culture of, if it's not good enough, it must be destroyed. And to that I say, who are you to say what's good enough? Who are you to say what should be preserved as history and what should not? Whether you like it or not, as a corporation, as a publisher, as a developer, you've created a social commentary. You have created a moment of history that, for better or worse, speaks to the times. And that needs to be preserved. In my view, I have done 8 years of post-secondary education. All of it was majoring in history. I have firsthand seen the amount of knowledge and culture that has been lost to the ages. And every time knowledge is lost, it's due to, I would say, due to two things: disaster, or not giving a rat's about what is being lost. And with games, it's the latter. I put a question to you guys. It's a well-known franchise. It's one that is well loved by a lot of people. Resident Evil. So let's think about this for a second. We have a remaster of Resident Evil 2. It is arguably the best story in the franchise. And we received a remake, a complete remake of Resident Evil 2 in recent years. Is it okay to get rid of the original? Graphics are better, gameplay's better, story's the same. We're not actually losing the story. Is it okay to get rid of the original Resident Evil 2? And if so, why? Rationalize your position. Why is it okay because nobody likes it? Is it okay because it said something reprehensible to our modern mores? Is it okay because it is on a console that is very difficult to find now? Is it okay because it's very hard to get to run on modern hardware and nobody wants to go through the minutia? If you are okay with destroying games, I would simply ask that you rationalize your position. One of the front-facing figures that has recently come out and said that they are not going to hop on to the Stop Killing Games movement was Pirate Software. And his reason was essentially that it's impractical. That the gaming community does not know what it's asking for, and that the particulars of the movement as it stands today and the wording of the movement as it stands today is not good enough. And I'm going to say this plainly. I'm okay with Pirate Software's position because he is not okay with the destroying of games. But what he is doing right now is getting in the way. So I think what we need to use guys like him for is conversation. We need to narrow down what we are going to be doing in order to preserve games. What does that look like? Exactly. If I want to preserve the stupid spinning cat gif as an icon of modern culture and history, that's up to me. I would argue, Lish, that it's up to society. Because many people had that experience. Many people have lived through that experience. The answer is no. OG Resident Evil stays. Like you just said, these games exist not only as entertainment, but as culture, history, a snapshot of the times, in all of their forms, even the bad ones. True. Yeah, I don't think I can put it more concisely than thus. That is more or less my position. We preserve art, we preserve literature, we preserve music, we preserve cinema. Why the hell can't we preserve a video game? What's in the way, guys? And the answer is simply that it's too hard. There's lots of people like me that just enjoy the older games. And by the way, guys, we're not just talking about the older games. I want to be very, very clear about this point. When we talk about stop killing games, when we talk about stop destroying video games and other movements that are similar, we are not talking simply about older games. We are talking about games today. Are you okay with Ghost of Tsushima going away? Are you okay with Assassin's Creed Shadows going away? Are you okay with... Okay, most people are okay with League of Legends going away. But you take my point. Are you okay with the culture that we are currently living through and currently experiencing going away? Because, my friends, the precedent has been set without our consent. These corporate entities are exercising their rights, and they are within their rights to do this, to get rid of these games. There is a 10-year cycle that we go through. You guys might notice that every, 10 years, we get a remake, we get a remaster, we get a sequel, we get a prequel, every 10 years. And that, simply, is a corporation exercising its intellectual property so that they do not lose it under the sight of the law. And if you do not exercise your intellectual property, it goes away.
I, Dagoth Ur, am once again asking for your help. We cannot let these games be forgotten, just like we cannot forget the tribe unmourned.
And is this how you honor the sixth house and the tribe unmourned? Yes. Yes, and that, my friends, is why I am here. That is why I decided that the purpose... Guys, I could have done so much... Okay. I want us to think about this for a second. I think about this all the time. The niche I have chosen, the world that I have injected myself into, is a world of obscurity. Growing my stream is going to be 20 times harder than if I streamed anything else. Like, let's understand this plainly. I am making my life harder because I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in giving a voice to the voiceless games. I believe in keeping these older games within the culture of the internet right now, today. Sorry, I had a little thing I had to press. Maybe I would have hated and played Concord once or twice just to laugh at how bad it is, but not an option. Yeah, the precedent has been set. So now it is up to us. Okay. Sorry, Bed, I did miss your chat. There are lots of people like me that enjoy the older games. I suppose I'm sort of confused with what you mean by going away. That people stop talking about it? Or is it that they don't stop getting support and updates? Both. All of the above. By going away, I mean culturally, I mean physically, I mean that we as gamers no longer have choice to access. I mean that we as gamers no longer have... If I did not have access to Morrowind, I would not be able to stream it to you people. Right? If I did not have access to this game because it went away, luckily for me, it is a situation where people just don't talk about Morrowind as much. I'm lucky. But writ large, this is an all of the above situation, right? But yeah, guys, your choice is being robbed from you. Your choice is being taken away. And I think that is the biggest problem. In some cases, ending support means the game literally becomes unplayable, server shut down, and the server code never released to the public for private hosting even. Common example. Well, in that case, a good example of preserving a game would be how Valve does anniversary updates announcements for Half-Life 2. And that's a choice, right? Because we are lucky that Valve does that, right? What Stop Killing Games and movements like it are talking about is actually legally holding a publisher to account and preventing them from eliminating a game from history, right? When a server gets shut down, do you think EA is maintaining resources? Do you think Ubisoft is maintaining resources? No, they shut the server down and the game is gone. We might luck out and they might keep some code, but they shut a server down. They got rid of the game. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. As far as the general public is concerned, it might as well have not even been made. Publishers requiring an online connection for a single-player game is just cutting access because it's not making them money anymore. It's just crazy. And this is... Man, I'm sorry I'm not playing the game very much, but this is a good conversation to be having. Conversation is how change happens. Single-player games do not need to be connected to the internet. Single-player games should be complete upon release. When I purchase Cyberpunk 2077, and I'm using that example deliberately, by the way, when I purchase Cyberpunk 2077 as a single-player experience, not a single part of that game should be online. Why do I have to connect to the internet? Oh, it's so we can provide updates and we can make the game better. Why wasn't the game completed? Like, guys, this is not rocket science. We used to get completed games. And frankly speaking, my favorite fantasy games ever, the Elder Scrolls, they're famous for their jank. But the jank that we are experiencing now versus the jank of, say, the Elder Scrolls, there's unplayable versus humorous. I mean, what's stopping Bethesda from doing like a YouTube anniversary vid for Morrowind? I feel like that'd have so many people to look at. So this is why I do what I do, Ben. Because Bethesda's never going to do that. Most content creators are not going to do that. This game is not going to receive representation unless someone, a content creator, makes an active choice to be that voice for that game. One of my best examples for my channel is Siege of Avalon. My friends, nobody streams Siege of Avalon except for me. Sep streamed it when I took a day off, just to give it coverage, but consistently, nobody streams Siege of Avalon except for me. And that is what I mean by giving a voice to the voiceless games. I'm willing to stream a game with zero attention. I want to bring my community over to these games and be like, here, this exists. Guys, buy it, play it, enjoy it. And if you can't do that, like, then watch me. But my real goal is not to get the word out that these exist, it's to get people playing them again. I have to jump off and work on my second job. Have a great stream, everyone. Tarragon, thank you so much for being a part of the stream and hanging out for as long as you have. It's massively appreciated, my friend. Be well, and we will see you on the next one. Books, one of the biggest reasons I love the channel is because it's full of... Oh, sorry. It's full of this. Because... books, one of the biggest reasons I love the channel is because it's full of discussion, debate, abstract tangents, and passion. And I've taken to saying that I'm kind of just a just chatting streamer that happens to play obscure games. It's kind of what I've started doing.
And I say you better buy a goddamn book right away, damn it.
Lish, thank you so much. And that was really, really quiet. Was that quiet for you? That was very quiet for me. So we're going to raise this volume, and then we are going to... Yeah, he whispered that. Okay. By the way, guys, if there's trouble with the stream, if you can't hear something as clearly as you should, please, my friends, let me know. Actually, you know what? This doesn't need this. We're just going to get rid of that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ads are running, so I'm just going to take a quick BRB just to grab some more water, let the dogs out. They are showing me that they need a little outie of the house. So we will see you guys in about 3 minutes. I thank you guys for your patience with the ads. It is much appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. Just gotta check on a little something here. Alrighty. Okay, perfect. So, I apologize for, well, maybe I don't apologize, but I concede that I've spent a lot of this stream talking. However, I will say that a lot of the premises and concepts that I've been speaking about have been important ones, so I'm glad that we're having conversations, but if that's kind of not your vibe, I do apologize that we have not been doing as much gameplay today. Speaking of gameplay, let's figure out where the hell we're going. We don't mind. So, Bed, I fully concede that those of you active within the chat do not mind. However, there might be some people lurking in cyberspace that I still gotta talk to. No advertisers. Partly my bad. Thanks for yapping with me, No, and guys, this is important stuff. Truly, like, this is so bloody important. The Stop Killing Games movement is something that is very close in theme to what I do as a content creator. We were all flapping our gums, so it's good. Well, yeah, and that's ultimately, for me, where I derive the most joy out of playing these games with you guys is talking about the games that I'm playing with you guys, right? Either talking about the lore or talking about culture around gaming. Getting introspective. I'm a very introspective person. I like getting into my thoughts. I like getting into other people's thoughts and discussing ideas and what makes us whole and what makes us who we are. The human condition is incredibly, incredibly fascinating to me. Human history is incredibly, incredibly fascinating to me. It was 8 years of post-secondary education I did in those subjects. History and psychology. I am so into that stuff. And I'm just glad that I found a community found me that likes that stuff too. It's very, very important. All right, now, So you know what we might have to do? Let's go talk to the wise lady. I might have made a boo-boo. So let's go to, yes, Aldrun. Then we'll travel to Cool, because we are a cool kid from Cool. And then we'll head over to the Urshlaku camp again. I think I was too zealous to get away. Now, speaking of zealous, let's throw some of these arrows on. We have a whole 400 steel arrows now. So we should be in very good shape. And for those of you in the chat who like obscure games, what's your favorite? What is your favorite game? What is your go-to game? It doesn't by the way, guys, it doesn't have to be obscure. That just happens to be what most people in this channel like. But what's your favorite game, guys? What is your go-to on a still night where you have nothing to do, no responsibilities calling, you just have some time to boot up? PG, welcome to the chat. Dragon Age Origins. That is an excellent game. Back when BioWare could actually make a really, really good story. I was actually having a very good conversation with a group of friends. Actually, I've recently taken to playing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer with a couple members of the community here, and I am having a ball with that. It is so fun. And one thing that we talked about was the fall of BioWare. What ended up happening to the writing direction and all the rest of it within BioWare as a company. Because games like Dragon Age Origins existed, games like Mass Effect 1 through 3 existed, and they were incredible stories. And one of the coolest things that BioWare did that no other RPG let you do is it let you carry your story, the story that you labored on for so long, and carry it over to the sequel, to the next game. No other game in my mind let you do that. And it's such a shame that BioWare ended up becoming a shadow of its former self. Because they used to be the best. Nice Old Republic. Dragon Age Origins. Mass Effect. He's too big. I fart in your general direction, sir. I want to say Morrowind, but close second is Fallout 1 and 2. I've been heavily fucking up Fallout 2. Hotline Miami, interesting. The original Star Wars Battlefront 2, if that's old enough. Doesn't have to be old. Oh, and Force Unleashed, that one is top tier. Many fond memories of both. PlayStation 2 was my jam. Super good games. That is speaking of studios that kind of went a little awry, LucasArts. Man, when George Lucas had the reins of Star Wars, so many good games. I honestly strain to even think of a bad game. I have the PS1 and the Xbox original, so I still have the original Xbox 360. I have the PlayStation 2, I have the PlayStation 3, I have the GameCube, I have the Nintendo Wii, I have every generation of Nintendo handheld ever made. What else do I have? That's it for N64. What else? I've got my PC, obviously. I think that's it. Oh, no, I do, it's at my parents' house. I have one of those, PlayStation... Well, I'm not flexing. I never sold anything. I just never sold anything. Whenever I had a console or anything like that, I just kept it. And not only did I keep it, I maintained it. Yeah, lots of good games, guys. Lots of really excellent games. Yeah, as I was saying, LucasArts was an incredible game studio. The Wise Woman's Yurt.
May you find me worthy of your attention.
I shall be your guide to the 7 trails on the path of the Nerevarine. Ask and I shall answer with Azura's blessing. PS1 had Rebel Assault, I think it was called. Came on multiple discs, and I had to spend an entire day playing front to back to beat it. I had no memory of that card. I think... What do I did... So, I never sold my consoles, but... What I do regret is I did sell quite a few of my games. So, for N64, I have Battle Tank. I have Pokemon Stadium. And I have the original Super Smash Bros. 2 games that I really regret selling. Shadows of the Empire and Rogue Squadron. Rogue Squadron was so good. It was an incredible game. Super big sucker for flight sims too. Okay, so we've gone through the Trial of Wisdom, I believe. So, let's see. We've got the 3rd trial, the 4th trial. The 4th trial is a stranger's voice unites the houses. 3 halls call him Hortator. When you have been named Hortator by each of the 3 great houses of Vardenfell, come to me for further guidance, for you will have passed the 4th trial. 5th trial. The 5th trial. A stranger's hand unites the Velothi 4. Tribes call him Nerevarine. The 4 tribes are the 4 tribes of Vardenfell. The Ursulaku, the Ameusa, the Zainab, and the Erabenesun. When you have been named the Nerevarine by each of the 4 Ashlander tribes of Vardenfell, come to me for further guidance, for you will have passed the 5th trial. 6th trial. I am not sure. The tribe unmourned may mean the 6th house, House Dagoth, which was exterminated after the Battle of Red Mountain. But it may also mean the Dwemer, or the Dwarves, as Westerners call them. And eating sin is doing atonement for another's sin. The 7th trial. The cursed false gods must be the tribunal. They are surely false gods, evil sorcerers, and necromancers, and they murdered Nerevar so that they may set themselves up as gods. Binds the broken must refer to Nerevar's broken promise to the Ashlanders to honor the ways of the spirits and the rights of the land. I believe we have a 9th trial? No 9th trial? Perhaps 8th? Or, oh, sorry, 7 trials. What am I saying? 7 trials. Okay. Nibani Mayessa reminded me of the 4th trial of the 7 visions. A stranger's voice unites the houses. 3 halls call him Hortator. When I've been named the Hortator by each of the 3 great houses of Vardenfell, I will have passed the 4th trial, and should return to Nibani Mayessa for further guidance. Alright. Well, I think what we are going to have to do then is we're going to go to every capital city. And we're going to see what we can see. I'm just going to swim around to cool. It's hard not to hear that name in Dagoth's voice. Nerevar? Oh, Lish, did you miss my Dagoth Ur follower mod? Mind Warped, welcome into the chat, my friend. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Yes, you are astute. I am wearing the Cuirass of Savior's Hide, which is a Daedric item. I'm rocking the Bow of Shadows. I've got Deceit and Treachery on my hands. Glass Greaves, because I haven't decided what greaves I'm going to wear yet. And yes, the Boots of Blinding Speed. The reason being is that I am playing as a dexterity-focused character, mostly stealth, archery, and a little bit of illusion magic. And the reason being is that I just don't generally enjoy playing as a magic user. Morrowind is definitely better for magic use, but for the most part, I am trying to stick to items that give me passive buffs so that I can focus on sneaking and combat. Nerevar, come here and kiss me. Fight me. Yeah, the Dagoth Ur follower mod is so bloody fun, Lish. Go back and watch my VODs. I'm just saying. I was so gutted when I was going to do a 6-hour stream last Friday of the Dagoth Ur follower mod for the 4th of July to celebrate with our American friends. And my house lost power. I lost power to my home. So a 6-hour stream was cut to 2.5 hours. Have I completed the main story before? No. So I'm a massive fan of the Elder Scrolls. It is my favorite fantasy franchise, bar none. I love the lore, as crazy as it is, Michael Kirkbride. But I have never actually fully completed the story of Morrowind. Reason being is I just had too much fun running around the world. I didn't allow myself to get hooked by the amazing story that this game had to offer. So I just walked around aimlessly and kind of did whatever. But now I'm streaming the game and we are completing the main story, for my part, the first time. So I'm glad that you have joined us. It's awesome to have you, and I'm assuming that you are a pretty big fan of Morrowind from everything you've been saying. Harold, welcome in. Hello, you lovely fellow. It was the Canadian government shutting you down. No, it was a rainstorm, I assure you. I had to let the dogs out, so I have physical evidence. It's always something, gotta love technical difficulties. We need to make an emote of you in pure horror reading Sermon 14. Okay, guys, I will do that. If you guys clip a part of that stream, just even take a picture with your phone. Find the point where I will send a timestamp into the Discord, and you guys can pick a still shot of me that you want turned into an emote. I will do that for you. And just to prove that I am not lying, I'm writing it in my notes. But the community must be involved. All right, we go. Oh, if we can. Die, you damn dirty pest. Ogre, welcome in. I can relate, I've been playing on and off since 2002, but didn't complete the main story until like 5 years ago. Doing quests as a kid was impossible because English isn't my native language. Mind warped. If I may ask, without doxing yourself, my friend, please do not do that. But where are you from? We have a lovely international community, so there is a strong chance that you are going to have someone who speaks your native tongue in the community. I myself, oh my god, this is, it's insane. Look at this. Look at it. Leave me alone. Sweden. Ah, yes. Okay, so I believe we have at least 4 people. What quest are we currently doing? We are trying to become Hortator. So I'm trying to make my way back to a Silt Strider so that I can go to one of the many capital cities and we can start having some conversations with the great houses. But Mind Warped, I myself am Canadian. So you get some English out of me. On occasion, you might get a French word. Of which house? Well, we are pretty deep into House Telvanni. So methinks I'm gonna do House Telvanni first. So I'm gonna go over to Sadrith Mora. Maple syrup lingo? What does that even mean, dragon? What is maple syrup lingo? Alright, pop off in the chat, by the way. We're going to become Hortator. So what is your favorite great house? Let me know in the chat. And if you are not a fan of Morrowind or the Elder Scrolls, let us know what... Need I even say it? If you are not a fan of the Elder Scrolls, oh my god, still going. Oh my god! Okay, I'm gonna help the guards. This is ridiculous. I said a long time ago, but I like House Drez, so I can wipe my ass with a gold bar while farming tools do my labor for me. It is so many cliff racers. Gonna take them down. Cliff Racer Conga. In all seriousness, Redoran. I think that is ultimately... I'm still deciding. But I think ultimately, that's where I'm gonna be landing. Is probably Redoran. You need like a Pokemon repellent for the cliffhangers. There's actually a mod for Morrowind because it gets so bad in the late game that you can make them passive. And I'm starting to think I might need it. Gotta catch 'em all. Please no cliff racers. I'm so tired. I'm tired of your shenanigans. Let's count this. 1, 2... Sorry, one sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cliff racers. 14! 1-4, chat. 1-4.
We make a special trip just for you. Say low price.
This is ridiculous. Yeah, Telvanni, I think I struggle with their morals. I had 30 following me once, but that was on Red Mountain. Telvanni are the best because of the two reasons. They are so powerful that the Empire can't tell them what to do. And in House Telvanni, if you're in an argument with another member and you manage to kill them, it simply means your argument was stronger. So, on a personal level, I struggle with House Telvanni due specifically to the fact that my personal morals don't... Might makes right is something that I dislike in my personal life. And House Telvanni is essentially might makes right. And when it comes to House Hlalu, there are many sycophants that... How to put this? Within House Lalu, there are too many sycophants that toady up to the Empire of Man. House Redoran, while they have their problems, all houses except slavery, for example, except House Lalu says they don't. Says they don't. House Redoran, at the very least, you know very strongly where they stand, and they stand for an independent and strong Morrowind. Now that, in and of itself, has its issues, but at the very least, I can respect House Redoran's position. And that is where I would say that if I had to select a great house that I would be willing to make my peace with, it would be House Redoran. But you are correct with what you have said about House Tavani. Redoran is the only house that genuinely cares for Morrowind as a whole. True. Yes. We will go to Aldrun. Now, how do we feel about Drez and Indoril, mega slavers and religious Bible thumpers? So, again, personal morals. And by the way, we have some new members in the chat today, so I will remind you all of the rules of the community, which we have a command for. One of the rules of the community is we do not get political in chat. We can talk about themes within games that perhaps have a political tone, but we do not talk about the real world politics. We do not speak about that stuff. It's going to be fabulous, my little sweet roll. Sup, Sigma? Sheo, how's it going? It is so good to see you. I hope you are having an amazing day. And how are you doing? So, just now, rules have been posted. So, while I say that, House Drez and House Indoril, my personal morals apply to how I feel about certain things within games. It's true of all of us. House Drez, the slaving house, they are doing better than an Argonian around Uncle Crassius. That's pretty good. So, obviously, it's the 21st century. I find slavery reprehensible, so I find House Drez reprehensible in their way. When it comes to House Indoril and the religious tones, I'm North American. I believe in a separation of church and state. My personal faith aside, I believe in a separation of church and state. Government, religion, they shouldn't touch. So, House Indoril, I have my troubles. Now, all of them are... I don't think the might makes right approach is correct IRL, but I love it in video games. And this is a lovely thing. By the way, Mind Warp, I get very introspective in my streams. I'm a talky guy, so I apologize. This is one of the beautiful things about RPGs. You can make a conscious choice to act out your real-life morals, or you can make a deliberate choice to ignore your real-life morals and act out a character within a universe. That is why RPGs are my favorite genre. You talk? No, I don't believe it. Seems suspicious. But it's why RPGs are my favorite genre. You can choose to be yourself, or you can make a conscious decision to be someone else. And that is a beautiful thing. That is why I think RPGs are actually very healthy. They help us explore our moral code and who we are as people. It gets very deep, honestly, guys. You know, I don't necessarily need Morrowind to tell me that House Dres is bad. However, it allows me to explore why I feel that that is bad, which is really cool. So how are we ranking the houses for you? Redoran, Hlalu, Telvanni, Dres, and Indoril? I would do Redoran, Telvanni, Hlalu, Indoril, Dres. That's my ranking, I would say. Okay, I can finally hear now. All good. Cody, we're doing fantastic. I hope that your workday is going really, really well. Judging by the fact that you aren't able to tune in audibly, that would tell me that you are at work. So I hope the day is doing good. Hope the mic is still passing the audio nerds. Not at work anymore. That is awesome. Thank God. How are you, Marty McFly? Chronic fatigue is kicking back in, if I'm honest. But we're slogging through it, and I am where I love to be, which is in stream with all of you guys. This is I am not being overly emphatic or facetious when I say that this is my favorite place to be in the world. I love hanging out with you guys. This is, in many ways, I feel like I've discovered something that I'm meant to do, that I was put on this earth for, which is to help a community. Leaky pipes. What pipes? I'm a plumber, by the way, so that is hilarious. Thank you so much for saying that. I really, really appreciate the words of affirmation from you. Welcome to the chat, by the way. I hope that your day is going fantastically. And are you here as a fan of Morrowind, or do you hail from other sources of the community? I'm always curious. I like to ask, especially when we're playing a good game like this. That's such a rewarding experience. I'm so happy you feel that way. House Dres is a huge double-edged sword. They believe cooperation is necessary amongst all the houses, so they don't go into full-on wars. Not to mention they monopolize agriculture and feed the entirety of Morrowind, but the slavery is a huge part of that. How do I feel about the Thalmor? Listen, I told you that we don't get political in this chat. F the Thalmor. F the Thalmor. But yeah, I hope everybody who's just hopped into the chat today is doing really, really well. It's doing fantastic. And I hope that my introspective psychobabble has not scared any of you away. We do get introspective in this chat. We talk a lot. The Thalmor is a little too relates to someone with an iconic mustache. Not good. Not good. We're leaving it there. We're leaving it there. Every time I would get a black soul gem, I'd head to the end. General Tullius, the military governor. I don't think modern RPGs will even touch the topic of... Okay. So...
A new hand touches the beacon.
That was a little bit loud, so we're going to turn that down for you guys. So let's do -3. There we go. Sorry about the volume, guys. It was too quiet, now it's too loud. What do you do? Pipes in the library are leaking. Well, luckily for everybody here, I'm a plumber. Leaky pipes are my specialty. Wait, nobody clip that. Moving swiftly on. But Books is a plumber, yes. So, PG. I think that I already touched on this, but I'm gonna touch on it again. Not the Dagoth lasagna! Not the Dagoth lasagna. Oh god. So, I've touched on this briefly, and I'm gonna touch on it again. No, all good, PG, all good. I know it's Skyrim. Are you guys Team Stormcloak or Imperial? Stormcloak Rebellion is stupid, and it's counterproductive to the defeat of the Aldmeri Dominion. So that's how I feel about that. So, someone has asked me in the past what makes a good RPG, and I've answered many ways. I didn't, I feel, collect my thoughts on the matter particularly well. I think, to put it concisely, what makes a good RPG good is that it allows the player to act out either their moral code, or it allows them to deliberately shirk that yoke and act out a role that is outside of them. And that, by the way, guys, that sounds incredibly bars on the floor as far as RPGs go. But in terms of the genre, the bar's on the floor, guys. Dragon Age Veilguard was released to the public. That game never should have made it out of development, as it was. So, we need a good RPG is something that, in my opinion, doesn't stay away from sensitive topics while keeping it extremely realistic to what we would get in real life. So, I would agree with you, but keeping it extremely realistic to what we get in real life is not necessarily required. We are talking about fantasy. We are talking about works of fiction. We have physics and science and magic that does not operate as it would in the real world, right? I believe that it needs to allow the player to either act out their personal morals or act out a moral code that is separate from their own. Give players choice, number one. Number two, explore topics in a well-written way. Thank you. A great RPG forces you to make incredibly hard decisions. For example, Mass Effect and the Krogans. If you know, you know. Mind Warped, Mass Effect is one of my favorite RPGs. I know. Dragon might mean real on the emotional front. Yes. Yes. And that is where...
I'm Bugak Rabol, and I say you better buy a goddamn book. And right away, damn it.
PG, thank you so much for the sub. It is really appreciated. I can't believe how crushed our sub goal is for today. That's awesome. I think this loops back to our previous conversation about the game with the most cohesive story, with the most amount of freedom. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, can we be coherent within... Dragon Age Origins is still my #1 RPG game. Dragon Age is a fantastic RPG. I have dumped an inhuman amount of hours into Dragon Age Origins. I love that game. I love the approach to the introduction. I love the diverging storylines. I love how deep the plot is. Dragon Age Origins is a S-tier RPG. It is a fantastic game. And the way it bridges a lot of these difficult topics that we speak to is quite masterful, I would say. It's not overt. One of my biggest issues with Dragon Age Veilguard is it was so overt with one of the characters' plots. It was incredibly overt. It didn't allow the player to feel anything on their own. Which goes back to choice. I need to know this character to feel something about them and make my own choice about how I'm going to interact with that character. And when a game takes that away from me, in the bin, immediately. I need you to write your character in a way that it allows me to make a choice, to meet that character, live with that character. Yeah, so again, Avalon, I will remind slippery slope, rule number 2. But yes, Veilguard did have a lot of stuff come up within the game that was unfortunate, to say the least. I hate that Oblivion and Skyrim keep you from murdering anyone. I mean, how do I feel about that? What do I think about that? I think that within games, you do get forced to do some things in the interest of making sure that your story can get told. Now, one would argue that you can in real life, there is a chance that through your actions, you don't get a story. Right? How realistic are we being? A lot of modern RPGs have the problem of having real-life social issues in their game and not trying to spin it in a fantasy sci-fi way. Correct. It is not about the game world, which is the problem. It's about our world. And that is trash. I'm not... At the end of the day, I am not here to explore my own problems. I'm here to... Well, okay, no. I take that back. I rescind. I am not playing a video game to... I'm not playing a video game to decide how I feel about real-world issues. I am playing a video game to explore a fantasy world that allows me to escape reality in a positive way and build myself up constructively. I don't like the way I formed that thought, but that is what came out. Yeah, we're gonna roll with that. I want a fantasy world that has tones of the issues that all beings will experience in real life, but does not explicitly and overtly bring those to the forefront. I might as well just watch the news, if I'm being completely honest. Okay, I said House Telvanni, but this is seat of House Redoran. Don't worry, half the shit I say is out of pocket and I don't even worry about it. Okay, so this is House Redoran. Now... Aldruin Redoran Council entrance.
What's your story?
Naminda? House Redoran's Hortator is the most annoying. Imagine having face impressions like Mass Effect Andromeda in its first months without the hotfix in future games. Well, and this is to my previous point, Avalon. I think that games should get enough time to be complete on release. Complete on release is something that I really want to push for in the industry. I am okay waiting 10 years for a good game, provided it is complete on release. I said what I said. I will wait 10 years for a good game, provided that it is complete upon release. No hotfixes. I'm okay with glitches. Bethesda is so endearing due to its glitches. However, it was playable. It was all there. Cyberpunk 2077, not the case. Mass Effect Andromeda. You know. Bannerlord needed at least 10 years, by the way. Yeah. Yep. Bannerlord, another fantastic game, by the way. Sometimes I think about it, and 80% of the time, I still say 60% of the time, it works. Every time. That doesn't make sense. And if you get that reference, we can be friends. Stay classy, San Diego. Am I the only person I've ever seen who played launch Cyberpunk and hadn't run into a singular glitch? I ran into loads. Like, it genuinely, and frankly speaking, my PC was not anything to write home about at the time. But definitely had my problems with it. So this is the council hall. Sorry, what is this? Council entrance? I never ran into a glitch in Oblivion. That's a lie, and you know it. You have lied to this community, Sheo. Everybody who has played Oblivion has experienced a glitch. Or are you the one? Are you Neo? Have you begun to believe? Straight to jail. Not glitch, not even once. Okay, let's just start talking to people. Requirements. 50 years is a long time. Not if you're a Daedric Lord. Do you think RPGs as MMO is a good idea? Absolutely. And I will tell you why. Do you enjoy tabletop Dungeons and Dragons? RPGs have, since their inception, involved a large degree of community. Massive multiplayer online RPGs are incredibly important for providing that community. Now, a lot of them are toxic, which sucks, right? But that, unfortunately, what happens when you get 1 million human beings into a room, 1% of them are going to suck, and with 1 million people, that 1% is a lot of people. And they ruin the experience. But I think my analogy is still succinct. roleplay within community is fun. It allows us to explore difficult journeys and to overcome very difficult concepts and do that as community and as friends. So MMO has a place. Now, what I don't like is when MMO comes into the single player RPG space, when it starts to kind of, you know, try to take the armrests from everyone else sitting on the plane. That's where I start having problems. And MMO does a lot of stuff poorly, and a lot of my issues with MMO stem from the monetization structure. That's really what it comes down to, is monetization structure with MMOs and my problems with them. Cough, ESO cough. Yeah, exactly. Turns Dragon Master 420 into a street roll and gives it to Uncle Crassius. Please, if there's a god. Requirements. House Redoran honors strength and endurance. We value all the skills of war, but especially the arts of long blade, spear, blocking, marksmanship, and athletics. Redoran must know how to use and repair heavy and medium armor. Only when armed with these skills can we perform our inherited duties as the warriors and defenders of the Dunmer. My comment was buried, but what is your favorite Daedric prince regardless of what they embody? Oh man. So hey Chad, welcome to PlayAnyGoodBooksLately. Oh, thank you, Eternal. Thank you so much. Did you guys know the voice of Sheogorath almost died in January? I found that out today. Sheogorath, of course. So what, Dragon, I would put the question back to you. What is your criterion? What is your so regardless of what they embody, so what am I using as my criterion? Because I would say what the Daedric Lord embodies is one of the reasons you like them. Which is why I get so concerned when people say Molag Bal is their favorite. Just gonna put that one right out there. Looking at you, Dagoth. Looking at you, Vivek. Ads are going to be dropping in T-minus 1 minute, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are not subscribed, we do ads every 1 hour on the hour for 3 minutes to avoid pre-rolls, and that allows you guys to just hop right into the action and enjoy the stream with us. And Lucien Lachance. Yeah, that voice actor did a lot of work in Oblivion, that is for sure. So who is my favorite Daedric Lord, regardless of what they embody? Each Daedric prince embodies a different sort of sin, such as Pyrite embodying disease, and well, wild goose chases, I guess. With him being known as a taskmaster, my point is, what is your favorite one based on their sect of worship?
Bitch.
Boo, ads, but 3 minute pre-roll. Yeah, exactly. 3 minutes of ads over pre-rolls any day of the week. Regardless of what they embody, based on their sect of worship. I could hang with Azura. Nocturnal. I'm gonna go with Nocturnal. I think the Thieves Guild being honorable in their own way Can't wait for you to do your best Dagoth Ur impression when you talk to him. Yeah, so Mind Warped, I am also working on a audio filter that I can use to better allow me, because nobody's gonna sound like Dagoth Ur, because Dagoth Ur doesn't sound very human. He sounds ethereal, because he's a god, and how can you kill a god? So I am looking for ways to... I could share 1,000 beers with Sanguine and not die of alcohol poisoning. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Nocturnal. And you get a dope-ass staff.
Welcome, Moon and Star. Come to me through
I'd pick Azura.
and war.
Shegorath, I don't believe you.
Come and look upon the heart.
And I think you know why.
Oh, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy. Oh, oh, come and look upon the heart. Upon the heart. Oh, 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 I'm a god. How can you kill a god?
I'm part Azura and part Sheo.
I'm a god. How can you kill a god? Shame on you, sweet Nerevarine.
Your Mod Dragoon here ad dodging. You just want Nocturnal's jiggling jiglex.
I'm a god.
Dragon, this is a community that doesn't judge. You take that back, damn it. Moving swiftly on.
Welcome, Moon and Star. Come to me through fire and war. Oh, oh, come, Nerevarine. Come and look upon the heart.
I think we have to go to the council hall then.
Oh, lay down your weapon.
It's not too late for my mercy. The Vanu Retharan.
Come and look upon the heart. Upon the heart.
Wonder who I have to speak to become Hotator.
I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating
If you want to join House Redmond, speak to Naminda, the Reverend Council Hall.
Shame on you, sweet Nerevarine.
So
I'm a god.
Naminda.
I'm a god.
Naminda! Where are you? We have the traders. Okay, so we are in the council hall. I'm really tired and have to go to sleep. It is 4 a.m. now for me. Have a good night, everyone. Avalon, thank you so much for tuning in. I would ask that you make sure you are getting your sleep and you're taking care of yourself. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. And we will see you on the next one. Sheo, you're heading to bed as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you on the next one. It is always a pleasure having you guys in the chat, truly. So, speaking of which, I'm getting too immersed in this conversation. Guys, we are at our allotted 3 hours. It is past 9 p.m., which of course means that our time in the game library has drawn to a close for tonight. And I'm sad to say it. It has been a really, really enjoyable stream for me. I derive a lot of enjoyment from these streams where we just hang out and talk. And I was very, very tired today. Again, my chronic fatigue has been ramping up. It's been very difficult for me to deal with, and these streams give me my fire. They give me energy. So I thank you all for tuning in, for following, for chatting, for subscribing. My friends, look at all these. Look at all these. The support is incredible. I thank you all so much for the outpouring of support for the channel and for my mission to give a voice to these voiceless games that we play. Now, with that said, for those of you who are not already followed, subscribed, and all the rest of it, I ask that you consider doing so on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, join the Discord. We have a lot of fun in there. And it is linked in the Twitch channel and the YouTube channel. It's easy enough for you to all access. So please, I ask that you consider it. It helps grow the channel, it helps grow this community, and helps me do more cool things for all of you guys. So, I thank you. Now, with such an amazing community, it is only right that we share the love whenever we end the stream. So, we need a socials command that sends a link to everything. I believe we do. I think we do. I do not have like a beacons account or anything like that. But I believe I do have a socials command. Owned has been taking a while to actually like kick in. No. Well, that is just yet another thing for your friendly neighborhood books to look into. All right, now let's take a look at who is online right now, who we can give some love. So our buddy Rainlight, we have raided him recently. He's playing some more Oblivion today. Let's see, who else? Squish we've raided super recently. We do love Squish, but I want to spread the love. Tozzle's on. She looks like she's playing some Metroid 2. Very interesting. We have Minerva, someone else who I followed recently from Ghost's community. She's playing some Clair Obscure. Okay, so I'm gonna ask by game, what are you guys in the mood for? Are you into some retro? Some Metroid 2 with Tozzle? You want to see some Clair Obscure? Do you want to see some more Elder Scrolls? Or do you wanna get down with some Hollow Knight? I put the question to you all. You want some Elder Scrolls, alright, so that's 2 for Rainlight. Alright, well, my friends, in that case, we are going to join Rainlight for the Tales of Damizal, the Khajiit, the Mirage. Hello, beautiful humans. I hope that you had yourself a wonderful stream, amigo. Sorry that I could not bring my sword and shield. Hope to see you around the World Wide Web, and I hope that you beautiful humans had a wonderful time. B, welcome to the chat. You are always appreciated, my friend. Think nothing of the fact that you had to work. I know that you are a busy, busy man. So thank you for tuning in spite of all those limitations. You are massively appreciated, and of course, always welcome, my friend. All right. So, we had a lot of votes for Elder Scrolls. Of course, we are guys. A lot of Elder Scrolls. So, we are going to start our raid. If you are not subscribed, that is your raid message. If you are subscribed, there is your raid message. I'm going to give Owned a couple seconds because it is being an absolute piece of garbage right now. And then we will start the raid and get ready to go. Owned is taking its sweet time right now. My god. Is it even gonna work? Oh no. Alright. Ah, there we go. Finally. It only took 1,000,000 years. I was gonna say, just use whatever hype emotes you got. My friends, it has been the pleasure of a lifetime to stream to you all today. I appreciate you all immensely. Be well. I'll see you guys on the next one.